All right. So it looks like overnight we've taken out that SMT that was an intermediate turn. Not a big deal though. We knew that there's likelihood that this could come up and take out this high finally, which may be the final draw on liquidity here for NASDAQ, somewhere up in here. And yeah, we're just still looking for the same SMT there. For a short, we may not get it. Um, and if you look at these lows here, we did get an SMT there, which held and is getting us to go higher. So it does make sense that we take that out. And then yeah, we're up into a higher time frame drawing liquidity, and now we'd look for an SMT to get short. So just to double check some things here, let's just check the 4 hour. Looks like we're getting some nice displacement candles forming. Very clean on the 4 hour. 1 hour, yeah, looks pretty nice. But yeah, why I'm showing signs of weakness though. So honestly, I think this comes up and takes the highs and does exactly what I was thinking about last night or yesterday, where we just come sweep this while these start to sell off, and then boom, 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 bang, 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 we get the short. So still, whoops, still the same thesis there. We do got relative equal lows here, so maybe we come up, sweep these on the Dow. Yeah, come down to this. But we'll see. Oh yeah, look at that 4 hour. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there for the YM. So yeah, equal lows, but on top of this 4 hour with the little order block there. So that looks pretty clean. This is technically this is a fair value gobble. Is there? Let me look at this. We're manufacturing this liquidity here, relative equal lows. We've got an imbalance, though it was already traded into. So not normally what I want to see. So yeah, don't know about that, man. But it does make sense though, from a narrative perspective. Um, hmm. Same levels here on. Oh, you know what? Let's actually look at. Uh, you know what? I guess the regular trading hours will have the same stuff as the. We'll check the regular trading hours once we get into the open, because. But as for now, Dow Jones does have a gap down into here. SPY, nothing. Down here, there's a gap. QQQ, there's a gap down there. Yeah, QQQ sweeping these highs. Yeah. IWM. All right. So back to the Dow. We've displaced above this high, technically, on the 4. midline of the fair value gap. See if that lines up. Not really. But this one's been traded to here. So nothing's displaced to the downside here. Except here on the 1 hour. That will probably get rebalanced. And then give us that next little leggy down. Hmm. Yeah, the flows are just all bearish. Oh, you know what? Yeah, so it makes sense for this to actually open up higher because they'd want the people who did see the flow to be off sides. This is so obvious. And then they're going to take it down. So everyone's going to be basically wrecked. Perfect. That makes sense to me from a perspective. Yeah, I think this could possibly play out here. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. I don't know if I'll trade it, but equal lows. Hmm. Yeah. And there are a few things lining up. This is the previous high. Oh. Cool. Well, as for the flows, um, was there any bullishness? There was a little bit of bullishness. The only one that had it was the Russell. So, and it looks like for a lot of that was for further out expiries in November. And mostly calls. Put more bearish premium for today. Yeah. So it seems pretty obvious that this is gonna get down, at least in the flows. So yeah, so far NASDAQ taking out that high. ES hasn't taken out its high. Interesting. I do think YM comes up here to create that SMT. It's always what happens. Not always, but in most cases, some sort of SMT. It may be bouncing here already. Just feel like I would have preferred to, oh yeah, no, it should be hitting this if it's gonna, yeah. There we go. Everything's breaking. And NASDAQ, if we look on the higher time frame, that's the mid-range of the fair value gap. It's a weekly one, so maybe it fills it all the way. But the daily, we do still have this here. So I'm just gonna draw a line here, make it orange, or yeah, just to mark that as a fully filled area. Then we got that order block there, with a gap, so something into here be interesting. I think we could easily tag this as the last point. So right there at, so we're in the 500s. This would be at the 800s. So 21K, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I still think this could give a long, possibly. Um, oh man, there is a difference here with this wick coming down. But I mean, it is, at the end of the day, it is the same setup. Maybe what I'll do is I'll risk half half size there, because it is pretty clean to go lower time frame into here for like a bounce. Okay, well, yeah, so bearish flows, we're still looking for the SMT. We're thinking this is what's going to happen. Nothing yet. We gotta wait for the open. Makes sense from a narrative perspective that the open would give it, since I think it's obvious we're bearish and we just want to make it as painful as possible. Yeah, so it's the exact same, nothing's really changed. Same exact plan, other than just seeing that little setup that could happen on the Dow. Wouldn't trade anything on the Russell necessarily. YM broke this low. No, it hasn't. It broke this low, but we don't have that higher time frame SMT here yet. So, oh, we do have an SMT here. So that's the only thing. So this would be area of interest here. And then there was an SMT there. So this could be in play for longs already, but the flow on it was bearish still. So as for this low here, we're holding it. We take it out. Well, let's look from the long side. That's one thing I haven't done yet. So we got an SMT in NASDAQ, but that's not the SMT we always look for. And from there, from here to here, there was nothing significant. But now we have from here to here, we do have something with, at least for NASDAQ. So and maybe we could justify a long. This is just consistently making higher lows. This is the last one. Oh, just a little harder to see that one though. All right. Anyways, yeah, could justify a long maybe if we yeah, took this low out maybe. Um, and that might actually be a long in Russell. We took this low out. That would be an SMT. Oh, sorry, this low. Yeah, that wouldn't make any SMT with any of these guys, but with Russell, it could give a long. But yeah, gonna have to be careful with that. But yeah, anyways,